Hello and welcome to today's Ray's Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ray Jones, and I'm here today to talk to you some more about stuff. We talk about stuff. That's what I do. I talk about stuff. So, yeah, we just got done with Christmas. Hope you had a good Christmas. Coming up on the new year. I was looking at the news earlier, and it's all ignorance. It's always ignorant stuff. The way things, just people are stupid. I mean, seriously, this world really, 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 really needs a reality check. It really, really does. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for a reality check. That's what I'm here for, a reality check. So, to check stuff out, and that's what we, seriously, we need more of that. And this is Ray's Reality. And it's sometimes why I give you just a little bit of a reality check sometimes, because that's what we need. Like I just said, 9 million times. So, so I'm here today, go over to check out raysreality.com and check out the website and go on there, and you can like and share and check out all the videos there, or whatever platform you're watching them on. Checking them out, you can see it all there and do it all there. And have fun doing it. Enjoy. So, some shows are boring, some shows are more exciting, somebody's going to get upset and cry. That's life. Let people cry. I don't care. I'm tired of caring. Anyways, just the whole situation. I like I said, I was looking at the news and it's stupid. I don't even like looking at the news because it's stupid. It's not even worth it anymore. So the ignorance on the news, just a bunch of lies and stupidity. It's like I will say this: I find it amazing the ignorance of the people how they're letting these people destroy America in the White House. These people that are in the White House, they're not doing nothing but making a big, huge mess, more so than they already have. And it's sad that Donald Trump has done more in the past month. He's not even president yet. He's accomplished more in the past month, not even being our president, than they have done in 4 years. Period. There's no words for it. And I see online all these people sit there, Trump, it's going to destroy the world. You're so ignorant. I'm sorry, but it just the stupidity of it all. Open your eyes, man. Wake up. Seriously, wake up. If you are so much wanting our country to be ran like some third world country, if you want that ignorance, then leave. Go to those countries where the government controls you 100%. Go there. See how you like it. You won't. Trust me, you won't. And all those immigrants that are flooding into the United States, why do you think if the world is so great out there in other countries, why is everybody trying so hard to get to America, the free country of America, while we're still free? You want a communist country? Why don't you go over to Russia? Go over to Russia, see how you like it. Let's live over there for a little bit. So go to any country that's a communist country. You'll be begging to come back. So, I know there's one stupid person out there, well, it's communist, that's what we need to do. So, and I find it, I ran into a bunch of people on the beach a while back. And immigrants, And they were talking how bad Trump was. I'm like, well, what makes him bad? Well, he's racist. How? How is he racist? Because he's asking people to come to the United States legally. And I asked him, I said, are you here illegally? No, we do what we have to do to become American citizens. Exactly. You did it right, legally. So, I don't, if you want to come to the United States, then come to the United States. Enjoy the United States. Be free. Have fun. Enjoy it. But do it legally. I mean, we as American citizens can't go to any other country without jumping through all the hoops, and then we don't get no benefits whatsoever. None. We're asked to leave, and if we don't, then we get arrested. And they'll people, you don't think that happens every day. Happens every day. People try to go somewhere else. We're not, as an American citizen, you don't have any rights of anywhere. Nowhere. So I just spoke to, I found it absolutely absurd and insane. If I understood it correctly, someone told me that they become a citizen in a different country, and they had to pay $1 million to become a citizen there. I hope I'm wrong on that, because why would you want to do something like that? Why would you pay any country? Because you're now still, I don't give a crap how much money you give them, you still aren't going to have any rights there. You're not going to be able to do nothing. Yeah, you can go live in other countries. You sure can. But there's some places where you straight out as an American, you can live there for a short period of time, but you're not allowed to buy anything. So, such as like a house or anything like that, you're not allowed to own property in these other countries. So, but, and I understand wanting to go to a different country because, outrageous. The United States right now is absolutely incredibly ridiculous across the nation. The stupidity of the prices of everything right now is out of this world stupid. The prices of stuff is outrageous. Groceries, everybody's been complaining about it, and here I am complaining about it too. It is absolutely absurd. $7 to $10 for a box of cereal across the nation. Seriously? I hope to see half those stores go out of business for raping us, because that's exactly what they deserve. There's no reason for them to be raising the prices like that. You know why? Because they can. Because we have to eat. We have to buy these things. They're going to raise it just because they can. Just because they can. It is absurd. Absolutely incredible. So I was doing some research last night about minimum wage, things of that sort, back in the 1950s compared to now. Not even close to where we should be. Not even close. Today, and here, oh my gosh, hold on, pull your big boy pants up, because I'm about to upset a lot of people. With today, average rent in the nation, from what I've gathered, is about $2,000 to $2,500 a month. I'm not talking about a crap hole somewhere in the inner city. I'm talking about the average nice place out there. I'm not going to live in a crap hole in the inner city. Sorry, I'm not doing it. So, but, and if you do, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people just can't afford anything else. We can't either. But the thing is, nobody can afford to buy anything. Houses are $400,000 and up. Nobody can afford that on $8 an hour. Whatever minimum wage, I don't even know what minimum wage is. It's different in each state now. Florida, I believe our minimum wage is $10 or $12 an hour is our minimum wage, which is a significant, huge difference in Florida compared to other states, because like if you compare it to like Kentucky's got some of the highest taxes in the nation by far. You have to pay tax on everything in that state. You have to pay they have bug poop insurance or taxes. I'm telling you, you have to pay taxes for city tax, county tax for the city you live in and city you work in, and you have to pay police tax and fire tax and ambulance tax and school taxes for county and city, and what city that you live in and county that you live in and the city you work in and the county you work in. So everything's, by the time you get your paycheck, you know, you made $400 for the week, your paycheck's $100 because they've taken everything out in taxes. So, which is outrageous. They have all these stupid taxes that they have there. Florida, you pay federal tax, that's it. Nothing else, just federal tax. So making $12 an hour here in Florida is like making $20 an hour somewhere else, 18 bucks an hour somewhere else. It truly is, because after taxes and stuff, you don't get all those taxes taken out. So huge difference. So right now, if you do the math, minimum wage for the average family to be able to survive with the food prices, the cost of living, food prices, our insurance that we're forced, and you know, it's a law to have insurance. If you have to rent or buy, no matter what you're doing out there, if you're not making $75,000 a year, you'll be struggling at 75,000, 85,000. You're going to struggle. The minimum wage right now in the United States should be $32 an hour. That's where we should be at right now, is $32 an hour, because the cost of living is outrageous. When you're looking at everything we have to pay for, our insurance is outrageous and we're forced to have it. Then we're forced to have medical insurance. It's outrageous. And then the out of pocket for all these things that are out of pocket that we have to pay, nobody can afford it. And everybody's afraid to talk about it, you know? So what has our government done for us, the Biden administration? So, you know, people say, well, when Trump gets in, he's going to lower it. I don't know what's he going to do? Force all the grocery stores and everybody to bring down their prices? It'd be great if they could, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's everything. The foreclosed houses they're skyrocketing again. Nobody can afford to get a loan. There's so many houses sitting empty. And there's so many houses. I sold my house in 3 hours. But did you close on that house? No, you didn't. These houses are going up for sale right now. They're not selling because nobody can buy them. Because the prices are now, everybody was buying, houses for they were buying a $150,000 home for $500,000. And the banks were just throwing the money out there. Now all those houses are in foreclosure because nobody can afford to buy them. Nobody can afford to live there with the way everything is. What's going to be done about this? I say boycott. Go to one grocery store. Everybody just go to Walmart and buy all your groceries at Walmart. Don't go to any other store. Just go to Walmart and buy all your groceries. Force those other companies either go out of business or lower their prices. Publix, seriously, Publix. We stopped shopping there because we can't afford it. We go to Walmart. Cereal's half the price there at Walmart. Then it's like, even the buy one get one frees when we go to Publix. I don't know if you have a Publix in your area, but that's more of a southern thing down here in the eastern southern United States. But Publix or Kroger, I'm not sure. Last time I was at a Kroger up north, their prices were outrageous. Outrageous. I was in Kentucky, $9 for a box of cereal. Seriously? So I wasn't eating cereal. Forget that. Only thing that was cheap was milk. Milk was $2.50 a gallon. Wow, that was awesome. Our gallon of milk here is actually not that bad. I think $3, $3.50 for a gallon. But still, it's like at Publix, it's $5 for a gallon of milk. So, and like I said, box of cereal, you get a little teeny tiny box of cereal for outrageous prices. So ice cream, I love ice cream. I don't buy it at Publix unless it's buy one, get one free. And then they've raised it to the point where it's still, I can go to Walmart and it's cheaper at Walmart to buy my ice cream because it's half the price easy. It's like Walmart's 50% off of everything. So not everything, but it's close. So I went to Publix the other day to get my yogurt. It was $1.50 for a thing of yogurt. It was 78 cents over at Walmart. So, seriously. And now that I say that Walmart's raised their prices. Walmart could cut the prices of their stuff in half. Literally, they could cut their stuff in half, and they would actually make more money by cutting their stuff in half than they are now. Because that way people would be flocking there. Everybody would be going to Walmart if they cut their price in half, and they could afford to do it because there's 1,000% markup. So that when you look at stuff and the way how cheap they can bring it down for like some of the sales. So I bought what we get stovetop stuffing, $1.75 last night for a box of stovetop stuffing at Walmart. So I bet it's probably, I don't even know what it is. I didn't even look at Publix because it's not even worth it to me. If I can't, it's like it's funny because it's like, I was laughing because there was saw a Lamborghini sitting outside at Walmart not too long ago, and I thought it was funny because you used to be able to see those cars at Publix, but they're not going to. They're going to Walmart. So even the people that can afford it, they're still not doing it. So it's crazy. What are we going to do? What are they going to do about this stuff? It's like gas prices. Gas prices aren't set by anybody, but they go by, which this is the stupidest thing in the world. I knew a guy in Kentucky. We used to live there. I knew a guy in Kentucky had a gas station, and I told him. I said, well, he told me how much he was paying for gas, and he told me how much he was selling I knew how much he was selling it for, but he asked me when I came in, well, what's the gas station down the street selling the gas for? What does it matter? If I had a gas station, I can promise you one thing. All the gas stations around me would hate me. And I'd have a line down the street daily to get gas at my gas station. Promise you that. Because I would make it realistic. I would be realistic about it. So everybody's going to get rich off of one person. Everybody's going off of one person to get rich. And that's what they're doing. They're going after one person. And they're going to get rich off of that one person. Not 100 people, not 1,000 people, not 10,000 people. They want to make as much money as they can off of one person. And that's where they all go wrong. They're killing us. They're destroying the United States. Everything's so outrageous. Nobody can afford anything. So many people are living out there on the street, especially after these storms here in Florida. It's been months since the hurricanes, and it is still a disaster area. Going down Clearwater Beach, Indian Rocks Beach, St. Pete Beach, all the way from Clearwater Beach all the way down to I'm gonna forget, St. Pete Beach area all the way down. It's a mess. Half the hotels are still closed. Piles of sand everywhere, walls missing, houses. I cannot believe the amount of houses that are now destroyed, missing. Houses still sitting there, all broken down, all dilapidated, sideways, missing everything, sitting there sideways, broken. So much damage still. It's not just on the beach; it's everywhere. So many houses, and the bad thing is there's so many houses. We have nowhere to live. We're actually living with a friend right now, which is by the grace of God. She's letting us stay with her. We're looking for a house, but we can't afford it because they're too outrageously expensive. And there's 1,000 houses sitting out here right now, sitting empty, because people are, wanting to get $1 million for their stupid house. It's not worth it. There's a house we've been looking at here. It's getting ready to. They're getting ready to lose the house. They owe back taxes on it. Nobody's lived in the house for 15 years. Nobody's lived there. Nobody's taken care of it. Nobody's done nothing. The grass is waist deep. Windows are all broken out of it. It's in a great neighborhood, nice neighborhood, and it's a eyesore. And these people are going to get ready to lose it, and the city's probably going to tear it down, and it'll be an empty lot. So, because it's getting ready, the city's taking it. So, matter of fact, actually, the county and the city are both one of them, and they'll end up tearing it down. So, that's what's gonna end up happening to this house. And it's a good house, great foundation. It just needs windows and probably needs some work inside, But the thing is, all these people are letting their houses sit, and there's so many people that need houses that they can fix them up themselves. But the problem is, I know this particular house, the people who own it, they're going to lose it. But yet, if we go to them and ask them, hey, we'd like to try to get this house, make them an offer, but it wouldn't be a big offer because it's hard telling what nightmares are there. But I promise you, they're going to say they want $400,000. It's not worth $400,000. I don't think I would give them $50,000 for the house. So I really don't, because to me, it's not. I think I would be stretching it to go 50,000. I'd say probably I might do 30 on this house, but it needs work. You're basically dealing with the foundation. So you got the hard part over with. Now you just got to redo the whole inside, all that stuff, And with today's prices, look at windows, just to replace windows. Guy over here just to replace his fence was $10,000 to $15,000 to replace a small section of fence. What is wrong with people? That is outrageous. I remember not too long ago, 3 years ago, we had a big yard. We put up a fence, and I think it cost me, I don't think it was $800. I put the fence up myself, but still, materials were only like $800 to do that. So it was not that much. So, but yeah, nowadays everything's outrageous. I talked to a guy. He just got a quote for have his house redone. $180,000 to redo the house. That wasn't. I was like, I could do it for $20,000. And these companies are out. They're raping everybody. Everybody's raping each other because prices are outrageous. So I don't know. This is ridiculous, man. If you own a house, wake up to it. You're not going to get rich off of that house. Give me a break. If you own a business, shame on you for price gouging everybody. Shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. I don't know how you sleep at night, but I can promise you it's going to come back around on you. So I'll probably see you at the Walmart in the parking lot. So begging for money because you're going to lose everything because you're greedy. And greedy people don't get anywhere in life. So you get nowhere. It's a shame that people have to do what they do. It really, really is a shame. I hate to see it. And I don't know, it breaks my heart, just thinking about it. And so many people are out there on the street. So many people have lost their houses. So we currently, we had an RV, a 2023 Forest River travel trailer, Forest River Salem. And unfortunately, I've sent them a letter, reached out to them. They don't care. They don't care. They're a $1 trillion company. Why would they care about anybody? They don't care about the people dying. They don't care about people. These things are junk. We have a 2023. Here it is, the end of 2024. Our unit's 2 years old. Not even 2 years old. And the frame's cracked. Got a bent axle. I'm going to actually do an entire podcast about that because it's something I want to address and needs to be addressed. And I'm going after these guys. I'm going after them. I'm not afraid of them. They can sit and laugh in their little, high dollar chairs. Ha ha ha! Look at this peon. Yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you. Mark my words. Raymond Jones is going to change the RV industry as we know it. I'm coming after you. So you might think, well, whatever, bring it on. You need to be afraid, because I'm about to put a whooping on you like you've never had before. And I'm not just stopping at something small. I'm going all the way. So also the RVIA, yeah, I'm coming after you as well, because you're not doing your job. You're not doing nothing. That will be changed. So National Highway Safety people, hey, we're going to be talking too, because you're not doing your job. So there's not an RV made today, travel trailer or fifth wheel, that should be leaving the factory the way they are. So like I said, I'm going to do an entire podcast about that. I'm not going to get started here because I'm talking about other things, but I'm letting you know that's going to be my next podcast. Be looking for it, because I'm going to do it. So probably record it right after I do this one. So just saying, you want to be looking out. But as far as everything goes, man, people have to have. Here's the thing that funny thing I saw. This is funny. The Biden administration says they've created more jobs than any president ever. That's what Joe's saying. Oh, we have more people. You know why? This is hilarious. They're not lying, because the average American has to have 3 jobs to be able to afford to live. So yeah, you definitely created jobs. You put a whole lot of people out on the street. So with your ignorance of all your high taxes on all the businesses and all the stuff that you're doing, all the crap you're doing, yeah, the Biden administration, you should be real happy with yourself. So I don't know how they sleep at night either. They don't care. They're rich. They don't care. So now I'm not saying that the rich man needs to take care of the poor man. I'm not saying that at all. So, but however, I can tell you that 90% of the people I know out there that are rich, they've not come by it honestly. They've not come by it honestly. Most of them are rich because of dishonesty. Half of them should be in prison. So good old Mark, yeah, he was the first biggest con artist ever to be known to man. He became a multi-millionaire. So over conning people. So out of money. So I don't, he should be ashamed of himself. A lot of these people, they've conned their way in and did things the wrong way. So I love we have a nonprofit, or I know a nonprofit organization here in Florida. This nonprofit organization, the owners of it, they're nonprofit, of course, everything goes to charity. It's all charity. They have 7 Lamborghinis. They have millions of dollars worth of cars. It's a nonprofit. These nonprofit organizations sure do rake in a lot of money. Live in big, huge, multi-million-dollar homes on the beach, driving $500,000 cars. That's incredible for something that's nonprofit. Somebody's profiting, huh? So, yeah, and I'm going to just reflect on that for a second, because all these people that are collecting money for charity, they're only by law have to give 2%. They only have to give 2%. So I'm not going to call anybody out, really. It might be a few people. For example, there's a hurricane years ago. Guy made a big, huge deal about it. Guy made for the victims of Florida and Texas. He put together this. I'm charity. It's a charity event for the people, to help the people of Texas and Florida. The guy made enough money to give every single person in the state of Florida and every single person in the state of Texas $1 million. And he would have walked away with $70 million in his pocket. But he gave his 2%, and he donated his 2% that he had to give. He didn't give it to the people of Florida. He didn't give it to the people of Texas. He gave his 2% out of the hundred and some million dollars that he had, that he made off this nonprofit organization. For all these donations that poured in, he gave 2% to another charity. Nobody received a dime of that money from that guy that collected over, I don't remember how much it was, well over $100 million. Well over $100 million that he collected, and he gave 2%. I'm trying to remember the charity that he gave his money to. Well, anyways, he gave his 2% to this charity, and that charity, they brought the money in. They didn't help the people out in Florida. They didn't help the people out in Texas. And they gave 2% of their money to another organization that they own. That's where the money went. And when you look at these charity people that like all the hurricanes that just came through Florida, and then it affected Tennessee and North Carolina, South Carolina, billions of dollars were collected. There was enough money collected that was donated that every person in the state of Florida could have got $1 million. They could have gave $1 million to everybody in Florida, $1 million to everybody in Tennessee, $1 million to everybody in South Carolina and North Carolina, and they still would have walked away with millions of dollars. To help, if you want to help out, but see, that's a problem. Every time there's a disaster, people, all these companies collect millions and millions of dollars. They pocket the money and give their 2% to another organization, 9 times out of 10, one that they possibly already own. So the money never gets used. It just goes into somebody's pocket. So nobody's benefiting. Stop giving your money to charity. You want to donate your money to me. As a matter of fact, right here, look, I got to put this up here real quick. So, because I mean, seriously, you want to donate, you can donate to me. Go to my website, raisereality.com, and you want to donate right there, support Raise Reality. So I can promise you, your donations will be helping people. I'm not going to brag about it or anything like that, but I will put it out there so you can see exactly what's going to be happening if you donate. Because your money will be used. Your money will be used, I promise you. So, to others, to help others. We go out and we do several things. As far as a hurricane, there's still people needing lots of help. So, I'm out there doing my part. I'm not charging people for this because everybody's getting ripped off. So, there's lots of tree cleanup that still needs to be happening. So people can't afford it because all these companies, these tree services, before to do a yard cleanup was $300. Now that yard cleanup is $2,500 because they're price gouging. And then of course there's still nowhere to dump it all. So, but anyways, that's what you want. You want to donate? Give your money to me. I'll put it out there to good use. I'll be helping these people that need to get their yards cleaned up. I'll be helping people get their houses fixed up. I'll be helping all these people do what they need. I will firsthand be there to help them. So I will be there. So to help these people out, check out my website, raisereality.com. Check it out. So you can donate on there as well. So I actually, Eckler's Firearms, a portion of his sales are actually going towards to help people as well. Still have all these I'll call them victims of the hurricane, but you can. He's firsthand he's been out helping as well, And there's a QR code for his business. So if you want to check out his website. So, but yeah, it's, it's amazing. All these things that are happening. I mean, it is absolutely, and everybody wants to, it's very hurtful. So let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you something about charity real quick. A friend of mine, his house burned to the ground, and a company, a well-known organization stepped in the night his house burned down. This organization stepped in, gave them food. They lost everything, including 2 vehicles when the house caught on fire. They lost everything they've owned. Their house burned literally down past the foundation. 2 cars in the garage, both of them burned. The whole house burned. This organization came in, helped them, gave them food, gave them clothes, put them up in a hotel. They actually even went in and found them a place to live while their house is being rebuilt. Found them a rental house, paid for the first month, last month, and the rent and everything like that to help them get in this house. Bought them furniture, bought them clothing, bought them water, every single thing. Gave them everything. They didn't say anything. They just came in and did this. And people are like, "Oh, look at this organization! Oh my gosh, they're so great! They're so great! They're so great! They're so great!" Okay, you see them all over. Every time there's a disaster, they're right there. Well, here's the crazy part. My buddy's sitting at home, minding his own business. Mail comes. He opens his mail and he gets a letter. He opens the letter, and it's a bill for every single penny. They had documented every single penny, down to the last bottle of water that they gave them, and said, "You have 14 days to pay this." I mean, oh my gosh. When you think, hey, these people are helping. So, yeah. So, it's kind of crazy. It was that was the Red Cross. I'm calling you out. The Red Cross did that. Seriously. I can't believe that. When he told me that, I was floored. But what do you ever see them do? They collect millions of dollars, and you see them passing out water. I've never, besides him, I've never heard of them helping anybody. The United Way, I've never heard them ever help anybody. You will never meet in your entire life anybody that they help. And I'm sure the person they're helping is probably somebody that works for them or for somebody that they know. Because I yet to ever find anybody or meet or even find anything online that is where the United Way helped them. They bring in millions, if not billions of dollars in donations. They go to your work and force you to give. Not me. I refused. I was the only person in the company I worked for that refused to give to them because I wasn't donating to their scam because they don't help anybody. So, and I know you're going to get a cease and desist letter. Yeah. Why don't you show me who you've helped? That's not a scam. Where were you for all the victims of Florida? Where were you? I don't have a house to live in. So nobody's helping me. And there's millions, billions and billions of dollars are being donated throughout the year. And nobody is receiving help from this. Nobody. All that money is going into somebody's pocket. And now we can't afford to live. We can't afford to buy groceries. We can't afford to pay for anything. Insurance, car insurance is outrageous. Oh, wait, there was a hurricane. We got to raise your insurance again. So price gouging. So I had Geico insurance for many years. I had Geico insurance for probably close to 13 to 15 years. And they called me and said that they're raising my insurance because of a Hurricane Matthew or something like that. I'm like, okay, that didn't affect us here in Florida. Oh, it doesn't matter. You live in Florida, so everybody in Florida and everybody in Texas, we're raising your rates. $6,500 every 6 months for car insurance. Yeah, just cancel me now, because that's exactly what I told her. Cancel me now. And she laughed and said, "You think you're going to get it cheaper?" Yeah, I went called Progressive. I went from, they were telling me $6,500 it wasn't even a year. It was every 6 months. I was like, that's going to be, I said, that's $13,000 a year for insurance. I was like, that's insane. So I was like, that's not happening. I called Progressive, and it went from full coverage insurance, which I didn't have full coverage insurance on all my vehicles, but I did when I switched over to Progressive, full coverage insurance, and I think I was still paying more than I thought, $750 every 6 months. So, but yeah, it's like, give me a break. Yeah, I just hung up at them and called Progressive. Yeah, just switched right over. So I've been with Progressive since. So hopefully, I just had a claim. So hopefully they are not going to raise my insurance some stupid, outrageous amount. But I know that's what insurance companies do. That's what they if they have a claim, that's what happens. So, but yeah, so it's just outrageous. Just everything we have to go through, all these people, it's with all the money that's going towards charity. I'm going to reflect on something too. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and then of course the other people during the election that were going to run for president, all these people, and just Kamala Harris alone and Donald Trump, just them two alone, they collected billions of dollars for their stupid campaign. That should be outlawed. Instead of, when people are donating all this stupid money for a stupid campaign, that is ridiculous. For what? For you to make commercials about bad-mouthing somebody? Tell me what you're going to do. Don't badmouth the other person, because when you're badmouthing the other person, you're no better than they are. You're worse than they are when all you can do is badmouth them. Tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do, and prove to me that you're going to do it. But they collected billions of dollars for their stupid campaign. That billions of dollars could have went to help so many homeless people in the United States alone. So it's like it aggravates me when I see like foreign countries give $30 a month. $30 a month can save these people. And they're showing pictures of these people, and there's chickens running around everywhere and cows running around everywhere. We don't have chickens and cows running around. At least those people can eat. They got cows to give them meat, milk, dairy, all that stuff. Chickens, you can eat the chickens. You can have eggs and all. They got meals on walking around. But yet, we don't have that. The people here don't have that. I'm sorry. I understand people need it. But, however, there's so many people here in the United States of America alone that surpasses some of these other countries for the and a lot of people, I understand, just like the homeless, they choose to live that way. But so many people, these charities make so much money. We literally shouldn't have homeless people, because they make enough money in these charities. If they were actually to donate for these causes, then, and they were actually helping, then something would be done. But nothing's getting done. Nobody's being helped. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's very, very disturbing. It aggravates me. So, because right now that we're in such bad shape here in the U.S., the the economy sucks. Everything's outrageously expensive. We can't afford anything. And I'm just telling everybody, if you don't make $85,000 a year, you're struggling. You're struggling to make ends meet. Especially if you've bought a house recently. If you bought a house within the last 2 years, then I know for a fact if you don't make $85,000 a year plus, you're struggling. Because your house payment's outrageous on you have to have a 50-year mortgage. So cars, I seen where cars are so outrageously expensive right now, and they've been for a long time. 2 years ago, they were given 15-year loans, 20-year loans on cars. Heck, some of these cars won't last that long. Sorry, Dodge. 6 years, that's 10 years. You're lucky to, but yeah, could you imagine them? They don't make a car to last 10 years, but yet you can get a 15-year loan on it. You're 10 years in, your car's broke down. It's like, yeah, right. So seriously, make a car that'll last me the next 40, 50 years with no problems. Then we can talk about that price. But that's the thing. These manufacturers, people can't afford. You can't afford to get a car on a 5-year, payment plan. Not happening. So I saw advertised $3,500 a month for a car, and I'm like, seriously? What kind of loan? I don't forget how long the loan was, but yeah, I mean, when you go to these cars, man, $7,500, $75,000, $100,000 for a car. It's like, and they're going, I know they're going out more on these loans. They're gonna have to go a lot further out because nobody can afford our insurance. The people, these insurance companies were forced by law to have car insurance. We're forced by law to have car insurance, and then when you have an accident, you have to fight them tooth and nail to get anything done. Then you have to get an attorney to sue them, and then this attorney takes half the money, and you end up getting nobody wins except the insurance companies. And then they have all these excuses. Well, when I have a problem, just pay out. I pay out the insurance. Then that's the reason I have it. If you don't want to pay out, then don't sell insurance. That's all there is to it. So, get with the program. And if our government is going to force us by law to have insurance, then they should force these insurance companies to make it affordable. Because the average person paying can't afford insurance. It's outrageously expensive. And then if you buy a new car, you have to have full coverage insurance. You can't afford a new car and have full coverage insurance on it. It's not even possible. It's hard. It's not happening. So, I mean, reality, man. Reality check. Reality is no, we can't do it. They want us to, they want to get rid of middle class. Middle class is what runs this country. Middle class is what's doing everything. Movie theaters, everybody sitting in a movie is middle class. Everybody at the mall is middle class. Some people out there be like, oh, that's wrong. That's what keeps America going. You go to Disney World, it's all the middle class. That's who's at Disney World. You go to Busch Gardens, you go to Cedar Point, you go to Six Flags. It's all middle class people there. Because the poor people can't afford it. So we were able to go. I was thinking, man, it's very upsetting. I'm not trying to pick on Ken Ham, but Ken Ham with the Ark and the Creation Museum. We went there. The price is outrageous. There wasn't a lot of people there, but that's nobody can afford it. That's the number one thing that nobody can afford it. You got millions and millions of dollars worth of donations to build it. People gave you millions of dollars to build what you wanted to build. You built a fantastic, awesome ark. It is awesome. The Creation Museum is very awesome. It's great. You got millions of dollars in donations to build these things. And now nobody can afford to go to it because your prices, it's $50 per person to get in. It's probably more. I can't remember what we paid. To go to both of them, it was over $100 per person. That's insane. That's insane. So, you can't go to these places. I think right now the only place I know of that's affordable to go to is Busch Gardens. We go to Busch Gardens because we get a season pass and we go all year long. It's like $100 per person, $100 for the year for a pass. So, Busch Gardens is affordable. I don't know what they got, like Six Flags and Cedar Point, Kings Island, all those type places out here. What they have, I think most of them all have season passes, and most of the time they're affordable. But nobody's, Disney World, that's not affordable. Nobody can go to Disney World. Not to mention all the ignorance that they're doing. Geez, it's like, it's a wasteland. And not to mention the fact that they've not updated their park since the 1940s. So it's like they're still the same crap, Everything's broken down. All you hear about everything breaking down. We have no desire to ever to go back there. We went there 16 years ago, and we really have no desire to go back. I know people that still go, but they're, it's like, most everybody knows rather goes to Busch Gardens. So we're right here. We went to Universal Studios. Wow. That place was cool. That was neat. Universal Studios we really enjoyed Universal Studios. We had a blast. It's like, hey, then, if you're not into Harry Potter, you will be after you leave Universal Studios, because it is super cool. That entire Harry Potter area is just like amazing. Wow. It's a really cool place. And the Fast and the Furious Sega there, the Jimmy Fallon thing, they got everything going on. It was super cool. So we had a real good time. The Simpsons area, wow. It was just really neat to that was fun. I don't remember that much fun at Disney World. So because everything's so old. So they've been playing the same song for the last 70 years. It's like, get a new song, man. So update, do something different, attract the people back in. It's old school, Heck, even I see like Kings Island out with the old and with the new. It's not even the same park. It's similar, but it's not the same. Busch Gardens changing things out. They're tearing down roller coasters and building new ones. That's what, Busch Gardens I went to Busch Gardens, Busch Gardens, 15 years ago is not even the same Busch Gardens it is today. So they're changing the shows, they're changing stuff, everything's changing. So, and they have different things. It's pretty cool. When you go to another place, it's just the same thing for the last 40, 60, 70 years. So, anyways. But nobody can afford to go to it because everything's outrageously priced. So, I think if the government's going to have laws and force us to have insurance, then maybe they should have laws against the insurance companies for price gouging. Maybe we should have laws that we can't price gouge. So I don't think the government should control how much food is and stuff like that and gas prices, but they kind of do dictate when they raise taxes on all this stuff, and that's what drive prices up, like gas prices. The government, good old Biden administration back in the day, they raised the taxes on the fuel, and that's what raised the gas prices up so stupid high. So whenever the government goes and does these things, it drives things up. So maybe the government needs to stop price gouging everybody. How about that? So the biggest price gougers of all is the government. So, and then with Trump talking about putting tariffs on other countries, but with, on all this other stuff, I understand it. I'm not necessarily against it, but all it does is drive everything up, just makes everything more expensive, So it's not helping anybody by putting tariffs on stuff. It's just making problems worse. Yeah, I know you want to go bring it back to the United States. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this, Mr. Trump, President Trump, but the average auto worker in the United States is making, I don't know what, $35 an hour. The average auto worker in Mexico is making $3 an hour. Huge difference. But that same car that's being built in Mexico and the same, like, for example, let's take the Chevy Silverado pickup truck. They make it in 3 places: Canada, Indiana, and Mexico. The ones being made in Mexico are being made dirt cheap. But here's the thing. They're the same price as the ones in Indiana and Canada. Somebody was complaining about, I'm not a Musk fan, but Elon Musk did say, so they make Teslas here in the United States. They also make Teslas, I think, in Japan. Don't quote me on that. I think it's Japan, China, somewhere over there. The Teslas over in Japan are $40,000 cheaper, $40,000 cheaper in Japan than they are here. That's because the average auto worker in Japan's making $3 an hour compared to the ones here making $40 an hour, making the same stupid car. So now if you want to ship one of those cars over from Japan, you can buy one for $40,000 in Japan and have it shipped over. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars. It's a big nightmare. They don't want you doing that, but you could if you wanted to. But the thing is, right there, but at least Elon Musk he's not killing the people over in Japan with the prices. He's not charging the same price here, because that was the thing. I saw the controversy. People, well, why is it $40,000 cheaper to buy a car in Japan? That's because the workers aren't making any money. They're not making any money. The workers, but yeah, now granted, Mexico, a friend of mine was living in Mexico. He was living in a fully furnished apartment. It was his monthly rent was included with the garbage, water, electric, and even cable and internet. Everything was included. He was paying $120 a month for an apartment in Mexico. $120 a month, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. And he was working in the United States. He was banking, so he was making. That was his purpose. He wanted to make some money for a while, so he moved to Mexico, and he lived in Mexico, and he was working in the U.S. because he was making, $15 an hour working in the United States. So, but at the time, the Mexicans didn't have that freedom to go back and forth. They weren't able to do that. They had to jump through hoops to do that. But that's the thing. When you look at this stuff, it's like, my gosh. So, anyways, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm done complaining for the minute about this ignorance of what's going on. Nobody is able to afford anything. We just can't do it. We just can't do it. It's really, 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 really rough. So once again, I'll ask you to, if you can, support me and help me. I would appreciate it. This is all I do for the moment. And I'm helping other people out. I was out working on a garage last week. I got some more stuff to do this week, but just I have things I need to do. I actually, some of the stuff I need to do, I can't do on my own. Unfortunately, it does take a little bit of money. I got to buy some equipment or get some equipment. And so to be able to help people out. And I don't want these people having to pay for it because they can't afford it. They said if they can help me out to get the equipment to help with the projects that they have at their homes, from the storms, from the hurricanes, they'll do so. But the thing is, they can't afford it. They don't have the money. They can't afford it. Some of them don't even have jobs to go back to. So that's the thing. So check out my website, raisereality.com, and all my information's there. You can donate there as well and check out everything else. Raisereality.com. And so I appreciate you checking me out and watching. And until next time, I will be taking off out of here, and I'll be doing another show soon, complaining, ranting, raving, doing whatever I do, doing what I do. And I'm gonna have to get a drink, man. My throat is dry. I've been talking too much. So there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ray, and I will see you next time. Thank you.